All righty. Are we live? I said, are we live? Are we live into his air? Well, if we are, let's get it. Don't know what was going on with the PC earlier, but it was moving slow. I ran the virus protection like 4 or 5 times, but we're here, and it wouldn't even restart. I had to unplug it, and then I restarted it 4 or 5 times. So hopefully, hopefully we can get this in effect here. I ain't got much time. I got to get up early. I got to get up in like 11 hours. Actually, I got to get up in like 7 hours, to be honest with you. I set the alarms for 5:30, and hopefully I'll get up. I got to be at this place at 8 o'clock, and I know. Hey, look here, phone. At this place. Really? Samsung S8. All right. I'm tired, y'all. So, we haven't been really pushing the e-bikes. We've been looking at the news, and we're going to get to the news because we're going to get to the news. But right now, let's push these e-bikes because we haven't done it in a while. So let me share the screen with you. And it's not showing up. All right, let me try it again. There it is. Alrighty, I want to ask y'all the question. Can y'all see that on y'all screen? Yes, you can. I want to ask y'all the question. Which one of these e-bikes is better? I'm asking the question. Which one of these e-bikes is better? Y'all know that I promote bikes for Paselec. And some people say I'm biased. No, I'm not biased. Because if you show me a better bike in this price range, you show me better bikes in this price range that come with full suspension, that come with hydraulic brakes, that come with a 12 amp hour battery or higher, that's got 4-inch fat tires, whether they be 20-inch or whether they be 26. That's got at least an 8-speed shifter. That's got a 750 watt motor that can peak between 1050 and 1100 watts. You show me a bike that can do this for what these go for. Let me know. With free shipping and BT in a week. But I'm asking y'all, excuse me, which one of these bikes are the best? Now I'm ready to eat my tangerines, and I've been sipping on this water, and now I'm thirsty. I don't understand. I see. I really don't care much for water. But I'm asking you the question, which one is the better e-bike? The one on your left is the Paselec PX6. I'm trying to earn one of these e-bikes right now. The one on your right is the Paselec GS9 Plus. I just got off it an hour ago. Now, I don't have the PS6. I'm trying to earn it. But I can get 13 of y'all to use my coupon codes. They'll send me one. Okay? They'll send me one. So, I have the PX5, which is the bike before this one. The bike on your left is the upgrade to my PX5. I have the bike On the right, I'm looking right at. One's affordable, one isn't. Here's the deal. The weight limit on the bike on your right is 280 pounds. The one on your left is 330. I hover between 274 and 284. Fluid retention. Exercise helps, but fluid retention keeps me up there. But let me tell you, the Paselec company gives you features that other companies don't give you. And you got a lot of companies that won't deal with me because I'm too small, but that's not it. They won't deal with me. I tell them the truth. How you gonna offer a bike for $1,900 with mechanical disc brakes on it? How you gonna offer a bike for $1,900? It ain't got no rear suspension. How you gonna offer a bike for $1,900, $2,000? They got 7-speed Mickey Mouse shifter on it. These companies don't want to give you nothing, but want you to pay off the arm and leg. Paselec is different. I challenge anybody to show me a better spec bike than the one on your right for under $1,700. Find me a better spec bike. I'll listen. You can't. Because I can tell you, I just got off the bike an hour ago. Them fat tires are to die for. Hydraulic brakes are to die for. That 9-speed shifter. And that flex frame suspension. Oh, goodness. Love the color display. You get all these things for $16.99. Who else is going to give you that? Who else? Who else is going to give you that? I'm not being funny. I'm not being smart. Both these bikes have 750 watt motors that can peak between 1050 and 1100. The one on your left folds, the one on your right doesn't. The one on your left has a 12 amp hour battery. The one on the right has a 14.5 amp hour battery. The one on your left comes with fenders and a heavy duty rack. The one on the left, it's a mountain bike. If you want that on there, you got to add it yourself. That's not what they made for. But I put a rack. I got a rack on that bike, and I got 3 fender bags on it. So which bike is better? If you like features, if you want a bike that don't look like an e-bike, if you like them big 26-inch, they say 26. I think they 27.5-inch. It even say it in the settings. I think they 27.5-inch fat tires. If you like that, if you like the 9-speed shifter, and you want an e-bike that don't look like an e-bike, that's classy, I think you would go with the one on the right. But if you need a foldable, like you go to RV parks, you like to drive your bike to the park and then get out and ride it, I will go with the PX6. The one on your right has more features, but the one on the left got everything you need. See, it don't have 26.5-inch tires. They got 20-inch tires. But they both 4 inches wide on both bikes. So you got fat tires on both bikes. By you only having 20-inch, that motor only has to turn two 20-inch wheels. It ain't got to turn two 26-inch wheels, which weigh more, which have more air in them, which requires more effort to turn. So the bike on the left is going to have more torque and hill climbing ability than the bike on the left. But the bike on the right, you gonna look good on it, and people are gonna ask you, "Hey, is that an e-bike? Hey, that electric bike? Hey, that's a pretty bike you got there. Hey, I like that bike." If that's the kind of person you are, you like the attention, because the differences are really negligible. But we talking about the difference between a $16.99 bike and a $13.99 bike. 99. Both of them got 750 watt motors. Both of them got flex frame suspension. So if you're short like me, you can put the seat all the way down. The one on the right got a little bit bigger battery. The one on the right got one more gear. So a 8-speed Altus versus a 9-speed Tourney. Altus is the second level of Shimano, if I'm correct. Tourney is entry level. So you can have 9 gears at the entry level or have 8 gears at the mid level. Wash. Even. 14.5 amp hour battery on the pretty bike on the right. A 12 amp hour battery. But the one on the right got to push those 27.5-inch, 4-inch wide tires. The battery on the right only got to push 20 inches. Levels out. That's not really an advantage, because that motor got to work more to turn them wheels. It's going to burn more battery. So, negligible. They both got hydraulic brakes. But the one on the left, you can fold up. The one on the right, you can't. You had to get a bike rack if you want to carry it around. Bike racks start out like $700-800. So here's my question. Which bike is the better e-bike? The one on the left comes with a heavy-duty rack. It comes with fenders. The bike on the right, you got to put your own rack and fenders on there. Did you go for the look and the fat tires, or do you go for the more utility? The one on the left is more utility. It looks good, but it's not flashy. I believe the one on the left has better hill climbing ability. I believe the one on the left has better hill climbing ability. That's just my opinion. Hey, Alistair, because everybody probably sick of me. That they're gonna the phone kept cutting the camera off. I don't know how come that they're going visible. I should have changed phone companies. While we outside, it's good. As soon as we go indoors, it's all she wrote. We outside, everything fine. We go inside, it conk out. So we got to figure out what we're going to do about that. What I might start doing is I might start having a dial live. Meaning that I might have to go set up a live when we go in the market on the phone. And then when we come back out, switch back to the camera and go live there. I lowered the image quality. Didn't help. I wonder if we're not getting enough upload to support the live. But anyway, back to the e-bikes. I got the one on the right. And I'm going to tell you, it's a pleasure to ride. Especially when you're on level ground and when you're going downhill. It's a pleasure to ride. Pleasure. Smooth. I haven't ridden the PX6, but I do have the PX5. This bike on the left is an upgrade to that bike. There's videos of me up riding it. You see me riding it all over my city. That has a 500 watt motor that peaks at 750 to 800 watts. This is the upgrade to it. It has an almost 1100 watt motor. So the 500 watt is damn good. So I know the 750 watt is going to be great. That's why I can't wait. That's why I'm trying to earn one of these bikes, and I'm asking your help because I need 13 people to use my coupon to purchase a bike, and they will send me one for free. And we can do the speed test and the range test on it. And we'll really be able to go far because I got 3 batteries here that'll fit in that bike. I got 3. It comes with a 12 amp hour. I got an 11.6 amp hour and 2 10.4 amp hour batteries. So we can ride all over town. We can go out in the county. But I need help. Which one is better? The better looking one and the smoother ride goes to the one on the right. The better hill climbing ability and the more utility purpose goes to the one on the left. I like the bike on the right. That mountain bike gets so many compliments. And them fat tires are so smooth to ride on. But I don't have the PX6, but I got the PX5. And the PX5 is damn good. So I know the 750 watt motor, if you put it on that PX5 I'm looking at right there, man, I'm going to be off the chisel. That's why I can't wait to get one of these. But that bike got mechanical disc brakes. This bike got hydraulic brakes. This only a 7-speed turning shifter. That got an 8-speed Optimus shifter. Now, I bought my own battery, and I got 11.6 amp hour battery in there. But guess what? This bike comes with a 12 amp hour battery. Everything on here is upgraded. It has a color display. It has a tail light that's connected to the battery. You don't have to buy batteries or charge it. And when you hit the brake, it lights up so that the cars behind you know that you're stopping. My PX5 I'm looking at has a suspension seat post. And because of my short legs, I can't take full advantage of it. But on this bike, I can put the seat all the way down, just like I do with the one on the left, because it has suspension in the frame, rear suspension. Something that most bike companies don't want to give you. They don't want to give you suspension. Their excuse is it add weight to the bike. They full of crap. Who would turn down suspension for a couple more pounds? Let's keep it real. Who would turn down suspension for a couple more pounds? Yeah, nobody's chatting here. It's interesting. Did they fall asleep and leave me on? I appreciate it. You know, I ain't mad at you. I appreciate it, but you know, maybe we got some trolls here to wait for me to say something about somebody, but it ain't gonna happen. Maybe they got me on, but I'm talking about e-bikes and they looking at something else. Never try to figure out what somebody's thinking. All right, now give me a second here. All righty. Let's get this over with. This is the bike we were just talking about, the Paselec PX6. Now, you know you're wrong for that. I think this is the best 500 watt foldable in the business. This is the Paselec PS5. This is the best 500 watt foldable in the business. Somebody got a problem with me saying that? Come see me. Come take my hill test, and we see what your bike do. When I first started this, I was in the 290s in weight. Now, like I told you, I hover between 274 and 284. This bike has not cut off for me. I ain't never had to walking up the hill. It's done everything I've asked it to do, and I complained a bit. This bike's so good. You say there ain't no sound? Hold on a sec. There ain't no sound. Hello. Hello. How you doing? It is sound. Wait a minute. Hello, hello, hello. There is sound. I see it moving. Let me turn the volume up. Hello, how you doing? It is sound. What you talking about, man? I hate when somebody come in and say some stupid stuff like that. Like I was saying, this is the best 500 watt motor. I put this up against the Elahora. I put this up against Electric XP, Saunders, Echo Trick. I put this up against it. The way this bike carried me up the hill, I don't think nobody can touch it. In this price range, let me give y'all the link. I can speak for this bike because I'm looking at it. I think that this is the best 500 watt foldable in the business. Somebody come prove me wrong. Everybody hide when I come around. I come calling on these companies, they hide. They got a million excuses. Let me copy that. This is my coupon code. This is the link. This is my coupon code. Let me show you what you do with it. You scroll down and hit buy it now. Oh, wait a minute. I forgot to tell you. Something. It comes in two colors. Wait a minute. This is the white. Okay. I have the black. This is what I have. This thing is a workhorse. I'm telling you, it's a workhorse. Now they're asking $1,300. If you use my coupon code, this is the deal that I got for y'all. You use my coupon code. But you see me ride this bike, you know it damn good. Look at what I can do for you. I can get you this bike for $1,049. $1,049. I got a video up where I ride this bike for almost 3 hours. We go from northeast to southeast to the waterfront. Then we come back uptown. Then we swap batteries only because we were only doing 16 miles per hour. The battery was getting low. We had been riding around for 2 hours. I switched the battery and we rode all the way up from East Baltimore. We rode all the way up to Charles Street, which separates East and West. Then we rode up 2 or 3 miles up Charles Street, then came back around, then came down again and came back around. We did all that and got back. and I still had a third of the charge on the first battery, and I had one bar over halfway on the second. Show me an e-bike that can do that. Video's up. I'm laying the challenge down. See, when I lay the challenge down, don't nobody come. Now, like I said, 20-inch, 4-inch wide tires, 10.4 amp hour battery, reliable bike rack in the rear, come with fenders, 7-speed shifter, suspension seat post. If you can't get the frame suspension, at least get the seat post. Some of y'all got to buy your own. Not going to pay nobody no money and have to go. It's crazy. These companies won't even give it to you. At least Paselec give it to you. Oh, you know, I can buy my own. With this kind of money, it should come with it. Why you got to buy your own? I asked the question. You know, this is the bike I want, and that's it in green. I want it in black because it looks just like the bike I got now. Except for, look at that rack. Look at that frame suspension. Look at that heavy duty rack, and look at that flex frame. Not a suspension seat post. Look at that flex frame suspension. When I earn one, I'm gonna take the suspension seat post off the PX5 and put it on here and see what happened. No, I'm not. It already got this. It got a shock right there. You don't need to. That's a good question. The Obama phone say it's 10 people here. Where everybody at? Why not everybody going to sleep? That's a good question. I still say this is the best deal. Out of all the Paselec e-bikes, in my opinion, this is the best deal. We already talked about it. Let me give y'all the link. There's the link. Let me give you the code, my coupon code. Butter Dark PS6. Let me show you what you do with it and what my code can do for you. Hit buy now. Oh, I forgot to paste it. That's all right. It's real similar. Just paste it in. No, that's the link. Oh, Lord, you long too, ain't you? No. So that means, did I give y'all the code? Yes, I did. Okay. Now you see they're asking $15.99. They asking $15.99. Check my code D for you. $13.99. It's foldable. Motor peaks between 1050 and 1100 watts. Hydraulic brakes. 8-speed Altis shifter. Front headlight, rear tail light, and when you hit the brakes, it has the warning flash. Let the cars know that you're slowing down. $12 amp hour battery. 20-inch. 4-inch wide tires. Full suspension. I think this is the best bike they got, in my opinion. This is the best bike they got. where I live. $13.99. Don't sleep on it. 3 months ago, I had it for $12.99. Y'all let other people buy them up, and then everybody went on. We got them. Where you at? $13.99. And that was the foldables. I showed you the best 500-watt foldable. I showed you the best 750-watt foldable. Some people don't want a foldable. They want a mountain bike. They want something classy. Some people want an e-bike that don't look like one. Some people live where e-bikes are illegal. Some people like going on trails with their friends. And e-bikes might be illegal on their trail. You got this bike. Unless you're dumb enough to do 25 miles per hour flying by somebody, they'll never know you got an e-bike. You're going to look at it. This bike, especially this gray color, it's just something. Look at that. Something sexy about that gray color. That look like a regular bike that you see hanging in Dick's Sporting Goods. We got 3 versions of this bike. We call them the G-Babies, the gorgeous e-bikes. This is the baby. We call her Cindy. Like little Cindy on the Brady Bunch. People gonna ask you all day, they'll let you bike. If they'll let you bike. This bike look like a regular bike, but guess what? They got a 500-watt motor that can peak between 750 and 800 watts. It's got a 13 amp hour battery. My coupon put this bike at under $1,000, and they got a 13 amp hour battery. Where you gonna find a 13 amp hour battery with an 800-watt peak motor? Where you gonna find it at? That's got a 7-speed shifter. That's got front and rear lights. It's got a display. Mechanical disc brakes. All for under $1,000. Where you gonna find something that look this good? It also comes in green. Where you gonna find something that look this sharp with that much power in its butt? Where you gonna find it at? Because you got a lot of people that tell you can get this, you can get that, but then when you look, they don't want to give you nothing. But this is the entry level. And I'm telling you, this is the baby. This is the cheapy cheap. This is the El Chapo. The cheap one. You get this bike because you're not sure about e-bikes. You want to try it out. You want to get it for a relative and you know they're irresponsible. Give them this. Just give them this. They'll be your friend. I don't have a bad word to say about you. You hook them up like this. But as pretty as this bike is, let me give you the coupon code for the Paselec G9. or the Cindy Brady. It's something sexy about that gray. Look how shiny it is. It almost look like chrome, don't it? It's just something about that. Something about that gray. Hit by now. They asking $10.99 for this e-bike. It's worth $10.99, but I can help you out a little bit. Use my coupon code. Save yourself $100. Get it for $9.99. 13 amp hour bike, 800 watt peak motor, 7-speed shifter, mechanical disc brakes, 27.5 inch, 2.8 inch wide tires, 13 amp hour battery. All for $9.99. This is our baby of the bunch. This is the beginner. You ain't sure you want to get an e-bike? Try this out. Then sell it and come back and buy a better one. And speaking of better ones, let's move up. I showed you the Cindy. That was the Paselec G9. Let's move up. Because see, let's check out Jan. Here's the story of a man named Brady. This is the Paselec GS9. This is the Jan Brady. The GS9 is the upgrade to the G9. You can already look and tell what the difference is, but I'll tell you. It also comes in this diagram make it look dark. I don't like this new website. Do we have any of the old websites? Do we have anything from the old website? Hold on a second. Let's see if I can find the old website. Davey, go sit down, man. Do we have the old website? Hold on a second. Where's the old website at? I don't know if this is the right one, but there's the G9. This is what we're looking at right here. Can we get a better picture? That's all I want is a better picture. This one just as bad. Well, why can't you go full screen? All right. Well, this is the Paselec GS9, the bike I just showed you. Now, what's the difference between Jan here and Cindy I just showed you? Well, you already see it. That flex frame suspension. Cindy don't come with no rear suspension. That's why I would never buy her. She doesn't have rear suspension. Okay? Yeah, somebody gave me one, I would go on Amazon and get my own. You know, spend $20, $30 and get my own suspension, but I won't buy a bike without no suspension. Now, this is Jan Brady. Now, like I said, if $9.99 is all you can afford or willing to spend, then I will go ahead and get the Cindy. But if you got a couple extra dollars, look, you need to come check this bike out. Because number one, even though they similar, this bike just seemed a little sexier. What makes this bike better than Cindy? They look the same. What make them look better? They got the same 2.8 inch wide tires, 27.5, 2.8 inch wide. They got the same 13 amp hour battery. They got the same frame. And then that's when everything stops. That's when everything stops. Because guess what? Jan has an 8-speed shifter. Cindy only has 7-speed. Jan has hydraulic car brakes. Cindy only has mechanical disc brakes. Cindy got a black and white display. Jan got a color display. And once again, Cindy don't have no rear suspension. So the rear suspension, supposed to be a mountain bike. You want to take it on the mountain trails, you need rear suspension. Get your suspension. Get your extra gear. Get your hydraulic brake so you can stop on a dime. Get your color display. Everything else is the same. You basically paying for the upgrades that I just told you about. And I gotta say, I think that this is the prettiest bike that they have. Now that silver, that silver on Jan, I mean the silver on Cindy is a runner up. But let me tell you, I think this is the prettiest e-bike. And just like Cindy, it got a 500 watt motor that can peak between 700 and 800 watts. I was talking to my contact overseas, and he says because it's an upgrade, this has a snappier motor. Just like my PX5 is an upgrade to the PX1. I got the PX1 sitting right here. The motor is a little more peppier on the PX5. It goes up the hill maybe a mile or two faster. It's a little peppier. So the motor is going to be peppier on this upgrade. So even though they both got 500 watt motors, Jan has a little more peppier motor. I'll be honest with you. If they would have done with the next bike, the bike that we started off with that I was showing you, if they would have put the motor in that bike and this bike would be in the running for not Queen of the Hill, but the Princess of the Hill. Let me get you the link, and then we can move on to the big girl, the one we started talking about. But I'm going to show you all of them because we got 3 versions. Everybody don't like the same thing. What I like, you might not like. What I need, you might not need. Let me type it in here. Brother Derek, GS9. This is our Jan Brady. Here's the story. Now remember, Cindy was the G9, the Paselec G9. This is the GS9. Now that's the link to the G9. This is the code. Brother Derek, GS9. Let me show you what you do with it. Well, first off, we had to come back out of here. Let me see. I wonder if my code work on this site. Oh, it doesn't say. But y'all can look at it. Look at how beautiful that bike is. I don't know what company this is, but I know see, them people over there, they like them little bikes. That's a 240 watt motor. Look at this. I gotta say, that looks just like my PX5. Oh, yeah. It's got a 500 watt motor. Nah, it's the same thing. It's a different design, but it's basically the same thing. It don't come with no fender. It don't come with no fenders or no rack, so I wouldn't buy it. It's called a city bike. Well, that's why you need fenders then. You know how raggedy the streets are? Y'all know how raggedy the streets are. All right. They asking, remember they come in two colors, that beautiful green, and it comes in the orange. All three of the bikes come in this color. All three of the bikes come with the orange streaks. They asking $16.99 for this e-bike. They asking $16.99 for this e-bike. If you use my coupon code Bubba Derek GS9, check it out, baby. Look what I can do for you. I can get you this bike for $13.99. I can get you this bike for $13.99. I can get you $300 off this e-bike. $13.99. Where you gonna find this e-bike? With hydraulic car brakes. This bike has an 8-speed shifter. Full suspension. 27.5-inch, 4-inch wide fat tires. 2.8-inch wide tires. They ain't fat tires. They more like swell tires. Color display. 500-watt motor that peaks between 750 and 800 watts. It costs a little bit more. Let's be honest. It's $400 more than Cindy is. Jan is $400 more than Cindy. If you care about those features, you're going to have to pay for them. If you can do without them, because Cindy's fine without, you can have the G9, But when you hit the bumps, you ain't going to feel it in the front, but you're going to feel it in your butt. You're going to feel it in your legs. You might not feel it in your arms, but you'll feel it in your legs. You go over the speed bumps, you're going to have to take your hiney off the seat. I'd rather just pay the $400 and get the hydraulic brakes so I can stop on a dime. It's your opinion. But let me show you. I showed you the Cindy. I showed you the Jan. Now it's time for the Marsha. It's time for us to check out the Marsha. This is the GS9 Plus, and you can look at her. I ain't got to say nothing. If you can't tell me what made this bike the queen of the hill, I don't know what to say to you. You can just look at it. Now, I already talked about this bike. If you was here earlier, it's in the description. It's in the thumbnail. This bike is the queen of the hill. This bike is the queen of the hill. I told you that the Paselec PX6 was the best deal. Well, that's the Greg Brady. If you look at the Brady bunch, the PX6 is the Greg Brady. The PX5 is the Peter Brady. And they're not carrying Bobby anymore. I used to have Bobby for $8.99. Bobby was a pretty good bike, but they discontinued it. So we still got Peter. I showed you Peter, the PX5, and I showed you Greg. Greg was the PS6. Well, this is Marsha. And Marsha is the queen of the hill. Look at how she looks. That's a beautiful bike. That bike looks like a regular bike you would see at a bike shop. It does not look like an electric bike, yet it peaks between 1,050 and 1,100 watts. You could challenge somebody to a race for some money and then smoke them. And they would pay you and not even realize you had an electric bike. Look how the battery on all the G-Babies, the battery is hidden in the frame. So is the controller. It's hidden in the frame. If they don't look at the motor, they won't know you have an electric bike. They have to look at the motor to know that you have an electric bike. And I'm telling you, them 26-inch, 4-inch wide tires, man, it's like riding on a waterbed. And with that flex frame suspension in the rear, it's like riding on a waterbed. Look at the features that Paselec gives you for under $1,700. Where you gonna find an e-bike? They got a motor that peaks at almost 1,100 watts. They got 26-inch, 4-inch wide fat tires. That has front and rear frame suspension. That has hydraulic brakes. That has a 9-speed Shimano shifter. That has a color display. Where you gonna find that at? Because y'all gonna come tell me about these companies. And the first thing I'm gonna ask you is, do they have a controller hanging out on the bike or somebody to knock it off and steal it? Is the battery hanging out? That's the first two questions I'm going to ask you. Next question is, do they have rear suspension? Because I guarantee you almost every bike you're going to tell me in this price range is not going to have rear suspension. And we tried to link up with Ride One Up. We tried to link up with Snap Cycle. We tried to link up with Electric XP. We tried to link up with Rad Power. We tried to link up with Echo Trick. We tried to link up with Elahora. All of them turned us down. And we didn't get mad. You know why we didn't get mad? Don't none of them bikes offer rear suspension. But Paselec do. That's why we here. Because Paselec do. They give you the features. Because I can tell you, you'll come say, oh, what about the Adventurer? I won't say the brand name. What about the Adventurer? I look at you like you're retarded. Doesn't have rear suspension. Well, no, then shut up. If they won't give you rear suspension, I don't even want to look at them. If somebody would have had the coupon for the PX6 that I have, I would have bought it with my stimulus money. I wouldn't have bought the PX5. If somebody would have had the 12, and I had the $12.99 coupon, y'all BSing around, I would have got this bike. To get the full, because to get the full suspension, to get the 750 watt motor, the hydraulic brakes, shoot, I would have got the PS6 from the beginning. But this is the GS9 Plus. I showed you the G9 Cindy. I showed you the GS9 Jan. This is the GS9 Plus Marsha. Let me get you the linky dink. Copy. We're going to talk about Gabby in a minute. We almost done, y'all. We're going to talk about the Gabster in a minute. There's the link for the Queen of the Hill. The mother load. The mother chode. Somebody called me a mother chode today. And I will tell you what happened. I kid you not. Somebody called me a mother chode today. And they hung up and didn't give me a chance to get them. I was to say, you've been colluded. Your mom rusted shoot. I didn't get a chance. They hung up. I scared them off. They hung up. I scared the chumps off. There's my link. Brother Derek PGS9-Plus. I don't know why they put all that in there to make it hard on y'all. That's why you just copy and paste it. Go to buy now if you want the Queen of the Hill. You want the numero uno. $18.99 they want. Use my coupon. I can get it to you for $16.99. Where you gonna find a bike with all them options for under $1,700? With all them options. And I'm gonna cut you off because almost every bike you gonna show me ain't gonna have no rear suspension. That's why I really can't get behind them other bikes. They won't give you no rear suspension. That rear suspension is to die for. But I can tell you, the C-post suspension is okay, but I'm telling you, I'd rather be on them 26-inch fat tires with that flex frame suspension. My hiney don't hurt when I'm riding the bike. When I'm jumping the curves, it don't hurt. When I hit a big pothole, it don't hurt. I don't barely even feel it. $16.99 for you to have that sexy e-bike that don't look like an e-bike. And yet it's putting out almost 1,100 watts. Everybody's going to talk about the fat tires. Everybody's going to be looking at the frame, but they ain't going to see no controller. They're not going to see no battery. And all they can do is wonder. I wonder, is that an e-bike? I wonder. That's all they can do is wonder. But they can't say nothing. Queen of the Hill. Y'all know that we call this bike Marsha. And my Paselec PX6 we call Bessie. We call it Bessie or Peter Brady. The hospital was letting me bring Marsha in there with them big 26.5-inch tires. But when I tried to bring the foldable in, they said it was a motorcycle. It only got 20-inch tires on it. They said the bike looked like a motorcycle. They were letting this bike in there, no problem. I think that says it all right there. Because this don't look like an e-bike. But this looks like an e-bike. This looks like an e-bike. They called it a motorcycle. Like a motorcycle. We went to the hospital. I had to walk the bike around. I mean, I tied the bike up. Wasn't no big deal. I just didn't like being told I couldn't do it. So I gave y'all the links. I showed y'all all the bikes. Now, let me tell y'all how I got called a mother chode. For those of y'all that don't know, in India, they speak Hindi, and that's an insult in Hindi. The dude called, and I called and said, there's something suspicious with your social security number. Press 1 to talk to somebody there. I pressed 1, somebody answered. And he asked me what my name. He said there's something suspicious with your social security. Well, why would you ask my name? But see, I wanted to wait until he told me about the car so I could get him. But he goes, what is your name? I said, my name is Paul London. He was like, oh, you mother chode. I was like, what? My name Paul London. He was like, you mother chode. I was like, you damn scammer. I was kind of mad. I wanted him to tell me. I wanted him to tell me when he says they got the address off the title of the car. When you rent a car, the title is not in your name. It's in the name of the rental company. So if they got the address off the title, it come off the rental company. That's a discrepancy. That's what I wanted him to explain. That's what I wanted him to explain. But he didn't get that far. Yeah. I told him my name was Paul London. I mean, it wasn't like I said, Michael London. I said Paul London. You called me a mother chode and hung up and wouldn't let me get him. I was about to say, you Ben Colode. I was about to say, do you have a lung or a shoot? Oh, shucks. Oh, man. Anyway. Let's get to our story of the day. Let me, I had to open up Chrome, which I don't want to do because we need to get this from, I might could just get it off the front news. But we already got one picked up. Ain't nobody talking today. I know why you ain't talking because y'all hiding. Y'all are hiding. You know y'all are hiding. Because we don't get ready to talk about. Don't nobody want to talk about it. I know. Y'all think y'all know everything and think that I'm retarded and don't know nothing.
Good evening and thank you for joining us.
Well, let me show you something, okay? Let me show you something. For all you people that ran your miles over the past 3 weeks talking about Gabby and Brian Laundrie, let me tell you something. Go look at the videos. I told y'all several times that Brian choked her. When we watched the body cam footage and you saw how she said he kept telling her to get away from him, to get out the car, to go for a walk. And how his hand kept coming around her chin and cupping it. And I told y'all that hand is going to start moving down. And y'all told me I was crazy. Video up, go look. Y'all were wrong. I told you. We sat there and listened to her. And just imagine, she was getting on your nerves. She was getting on your nerves when you watching the video. Imagine you had to be around her 24/7. They out there in that van 24/7. You just be quiet. I don't mean to make you mad. I'm trying to be quiet. Like, shut up. Well, yeah. Are you mad at me now? I'm just trying to please you. Shut up. Shut up. Shut up. Shut up. That's what happened. And I told y'all this last month, if y'all were watching, I said, why is it that when women do something to men, they don't know how to leave it alone? And some of the ladies got a little mad. You don't know how to leave it alone. Give somebody some space. Give somebody time to recollect. Give somebody a chance to actually miss you or what you did for them, but you don't. You call, you text, you come bang on the door, you come bust the windows out, you slash the daggone tires, you try to get the man fired from the job. How can somebody forgive you when you won't stop? You don't stop. Nag, nag, nag. Whine, whine, whine. Cry, cry, cry. It's like Brian told Gabby, go take a walk. I'm not taking a walk. I'm getting back in the van. Tell me you're lying. Where y'all at? I'm calling you out. Well, where you at? Where you at? Why nobody not saying nothing? I'm calling you out. Where you at? Who want this work? Come on in here and get it. Where everybody at? Come on, get this work. Let's get it.
We want to begin with the revelation tonight from a coroner in Wyoming that Gabby Petito was strangled to death.
What?
The 22-year-old's body was found in Wyoming more than 3 weeks ago, just days after her fiancé, Brian Laundrie, disappeared. The coroner says Petito's body had been exposed to the elements and wildlife for several weeks before she was found. He did not offer many details. He wouldn't say if she was buried, but in response to a reporter's question, the coroner did reveal Petito was not pregnant. A toxicology report was done, but the results won't be released because of Wyoming laws. Laundrie is the only person of interest in the case and remains the focus of an intense multi-state manhunt. His family says he went for a hike in a nature preserve in Florida nearly a month ago and hasn't been seen since. CBS's Manuel Bojorquez is going to lead us off tonight with shocking new details in the case. Good evening, Manny.
All right. Now we can infer. Now that my hunch was correct, let me continue on with another hunch. I believe that he killed her by mistake. She made him so mad. Like I said, the hand slipped down the hair and he choked her too hard and she died. I believe it. Being around somebody like that, there ain't no excuse for it. Because him being the man, he should have left. If she wouldn't leave the van, you leave. And speaking of leaving, he used her money. He used her card. Why? Because she was dead. What's she going to do with it? If you cruel enough to kill somebody, you won't steal their money? She did. What's she going to do with it? He took the airplane back. He took the ride back, not to get the stocks. That was an excuse to put the stuff in storage or get stuff out of storage. That was an excuse. He came back to plan his escape. Because, see, if he had sense, he would have came back and said, me and Gabby got into a fight. And we got separated. And because we had a no contact order, we were separated. So I hitchhiked my way back home. Where's Gabby at? This idiot bring the van back. He actually fly back and watch. The time that he flew back is going to be near the timeline that she was dead. Watch. When he used her credit card, it's going to be near the timeline when they're going to say that she was dead. He killed that woman. What I don't understand is he flew back home. I would have said, me and her got into a fight and we not engaged anymore. We got into a fight. The day going our police came. Shoot, I ain't messing with her no more. That's what I would have said. And they would have said, she's missing. Well, I don't know. She was fine when I left her. If he had sense, that's what he should have said. She looking at me for? We had a fight. Call the police department. They had body cameras on. They said that she attacked me and we had a what do you call it? A no consent order. I just came on. Woman trying to get me locked up, shoot. No, thank you. She's a basket case. So you left her out there, you damn straight. They said I couldn't have no contact with her. I went on, came home. Put her hands on me. That's what I wasn't. That's what I would have done. Who got a problem with that? Who has a problem with that?
Good evening, Nora. Tonight, the family of Gabby Petito had no comment on the day's developments, a story that is largely unfolding in two states, here in Florida, where the search for Brian Laundrie continues, and in Wyoming, where the county coroner revealed the cause of death, manual strangulation and throttling.
In the manner of death of Gabrielle Lenora Petito, we find the cause and manner to be death by strangulation, and manner is homicide.
Teton County, Wyoming coroner Dr. Brent Blue also revealed how long her body had been in the wilderness.
The DNA samples were taken by law enforcement, and all I can tell you about remains is that the body was outside for 3 to 4 weeks.
The 22-year-old's body was discovered September 19th in Wyoming's Bridger-Teton National Forest.
Now, see, that's the one thing about a lot of attractive people. A lot of times, there's something wrong with them. A lot of times there's something wrong with them. And to have that beauty, are you willing to put up with it? To have the problems that they have, are you willing to put up with it? Because y'all women, you know, y'all find a man, he got the abs, he got the swag and all that, but you know he a cheater. But you overlook it until one day you catch him cheating with somebody. You don't beat him up. You beat the woman he cheating with. She don't know nothing about you. Why is it so hard to believe that a man who sat, y'all saw the girl sitting in the car. How many times did you want to tell her to just shut up? Just shut up. Don't say nothing. Shut up. Will you shut up? Imagine 24/7 you locked in a van with that woman. 24. You had to get that man temporary insanity. He need to be on death row, but you gotta let him off. Not let him off. Let him off of death row. Give him life in prison. Because I couldn't imagine. I don't care how pretty she is. Got done it. Shut up. Just aren't you? Shut up. I'd be happy if you shut up. I understand. I ask you to shut up. Shut up. Why you won't shut up? I understand. I don't agree, but I can see. Some of y'all gonna be mad about that, and I'm telling you, come see me. Because we can pull up the body cam footage. And like I said, don't know, man. I don't care how pretty somebody is. I don't care how much money somebody got. Ain't nobody gonna put up with that 24/7 with no break. Now, she could go to her parents' house. He could send her to her parents' house for a couple of days and get a break. He could leave and go in the woods. That's probably why he started hiking, to get away from my damn crazy behind. He decided to bring her along. A big mistake. It should have been 2 couples. And then that way you can lead the 2 women together and the men could go off and do something. Where you going? You can't eat me. I just want to go do some fishing. I'm coming. I know you coming for. You don't fish. Get away. I don't mean to make fun of it, but I'm just trying to show you the real life. I'm going into the heads of Brian and Gabby with pure logic. Y'all call it speculation. But I told you, the hand slipped down. It was here. It slipped down. So, all right, y'all. I have to get up early tomorrow. So y'all have a great night. Don't know why nobody ain't chatting, but whatever. Just hit the like button, and I'll see y'all tomorrow. Y'all have a great evening. Buy an e-bike, somebody. Peace, everybody. We out. Nia would say, "See you soon." As I say, "Hey, I see you tomorrow." Hopefully, I can get up in time and I can get some footage riding up there. If not, I'll get the footage riding back. But y'all have a good one. We out.